I suppose I'll start. I'm in Nicholas's group, and so here I guess I'll start with the background problem for my group's my group's work. Okay, so essentially what we're doing is on movie reviews. So sometimes we have new movies, movie releases, right? Like for example, the Star Wars sequels, the sequel trilogy, right? Um, those three movies are actually there's like a lot of debate on those movies, and a lot of people liked it, a lot of people don't liked it. I personally don't like it, but on some reviewing platforms, like for example Rotten Tomatoes, the eighth movie, Star Wars: The Last Jedi, particularly has a good rating because it is actually rated by who are deemed to be the experts, the movie critics, the actual people who are regarded as the experts. But we 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 think that it's not actually reflective of what people think in general of the movie, and because on Rotten Tomatoes it has such a good rating, um, I we think it also affects the movie recommendation system in many things in many platforms. So what we're trying to say is that we try to build um, a movie review database that is actually reflective of people's opinions. And since many people don't actually have like a Rotten Tomato account, they usually rant on Twitter, right? So we try to actually utilize people's opinions on Twitter. So essentially, what we're doing is we try to we try to extract opinions from Twitter using web crawler and all that, and essentially divide it into positive and negative reviews and possibly neutral as well. We're still working on the neutral opinion because we don't know the metrics yet, but we can actually filter out all the positive and negative reviews by using certain keywords. For example, like when people say it's overrated, that means maybe it's um, a negative review. And I think the output of this is actually um, useful because um, it can actually be used as the basis for recommendation system in many platforms, because I think this is actually reflective of what people actually think of these movies, and therefore um, this should be the main main thing that is used to be the recommendation system, instead of just depending on how many views of those movies, how many views that those movies actually have from the users. Because sometimes, yeah, even if it has a lot of reviews, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a good movie, right? So yeah, maybe Mas Nicolas can actually um, explain the tools.
Yep. So wait, let me present my screen. Okay. Okay. Is it visible? Yeah. Okay. Cool. So basically, what we our initial plan was to use Apache Storm and then the web crawler in integration with Twitter's developer API. But since they haven't approved my review, haven't manually reviewed and approved my my thing, and apparently what my friend told me was we had to use UGM's mail to sign up for Twitter's developer program, and it supposedly would be a bit faster to be approved. And I'm trying it now, but essentially we already have the data uh, for all the movies and the ratings and stuff. We got it from another party. We didn't like get it ourselves. This is just basically a backup system right now, since we haven't got any access to the Twitter yet. But and then once we got the Apache Storm working, we basically wanted to use Solr as well to maybe to find the query for each tweet and each movie that it's correlates to, you know. So we haven't managed to get it working yet, since we still have 1 week. We think we might be able to get working next week, I hope. But yeah, I think that's basically the gist of it, sir. And Harry, do you have anything else to add? I think that's mostly
Nothing
it.
much, I suppose. Yeah, but essentially, the bottom line is that we're doing this because sometimes we don't believe in the recommendation algorithm of
Yep.
certain platforms, and we try to fix that essentially with actual people's opinions on Twitter.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess that's probably it from us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for Nicholas for the explanation. I think you're still on the progress. I think, yeah. So that's it's okay. I think so. But the most important thing is you basically you already have the plan how to cater on the data. So yeah, previous team using the secondary sources that also we can accept that one. But if you're willing to have your primary data with your own effort and your own data sources, that will be the cool things. And then actually when I can see your effort, how you want to establishing your qualified data set, yeah, that you can cater from yourself, and then you can do some you know something that will be helpful for collecting the data that you discovered. So I think that's okay. So you still have time. So and then I think you if yes, I agree with you. If you any problem with the Twitter API, because yeah, it's not actually it's easy, but yeah, unfortunately it's not that easy. So that's why it's many technical consideration that we need to set up before we can crawl the data from the Twitter, for example. Yeah. But of course, you also can use another tools, yeah, for when you want to scraping the data. So that would be also the things, yeah. But the most important thing, you can explain about what is your objective, what the characteristic of your data set, and also how you can show the data set into the exploratory data analysis. Yeah. So please focus on that scopes. Yeah, that will be good enough for you. Okay. Thank you very much for
Okay, sir.
the
Thank you.
progress. Yeah. Okay. Nice one. Okay. Okay. And then let's